Hi, everybody. Good evening. Damon Gonzalez from Latinbox Sports. Welcome to the Slip Punches Show. We are happy and glad and proud to be back in the studios. Been a long week working the Outback Bowl here in Tampa. Been very busy. Got Showtime Championship Boxing this week. We got a lot of things going on. So we want to kick off the New Year's. We got a couple of young prospects, young fighters, some guys that we want to bring on the show and introduce to the box. Of course, the boxing worlds know who they are, but it's so important that we continue to move forward in talking to these kids and getting their stories. So without further ado, everybody, this Olympian that I'm bringing on, man, it's a great kid, and I'm very pleased to bring on a lightweight superstar, Keyshawn Davis, to the show, the businessman. Everybody, let's welcome Keyshawn Davis to the show. Champ, good afternoon. How are you?
What's up, man? I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
It's a good look. You're in Virginia, right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, happy holidays to you and the family. Everybody's safe. Everybody's good.
Yeah, man. Everybody's good, man. Get back to it.
That's good. That's good. Champ, look, man, let's dig right into it and let's talk about it, man. Since a young blood, you've been putting on those gloves, and amazingly so. How old were you when you first started as a young man, and how'd you get into boxing?
I got into boxing at 9 years old. And honestly, how I got into it was just like any other sport. Me and my brothers was just playing other sports at the time. We was playing football, basketball, baseball, and we found out it was a boxing gym in the same neighborhood we was growing up in. So our mother just took us to the gym. It was just another sport to us. She asked us did we want to try it. Of course, we said yes. When she took us to the gym, it was kids and they're around our age, 9 years old. My older brother was 11. My younger brother was 7, and we were just watching the kids sparring and stuff like that. And we was amazed that they actually could box. It wasn't just fighting. How we was growing up on. It
Right.
was actually strategic fighting. So once we seen that, we fell in love with it at first sight. And our mother, asked us again, did we want to sign up? And we was like, yes. And the next day we started, and we never stopped.
Listen, champ, big shout out, big love and respect to your parents, man, because your journey and everything you've accomplished, I don't even honestly, like, the paper's that thick. I don't even know where to start. You have been, I mean, just about everywhere around the world. As an amateur fighter, you fought everybody and just about anybody. How is that as a young man experiencing going everywhere? I mean, it's just a credible ride growing up around this sport, but not just on U.S. soil.
It was honestly in the time of boxing that I had the best experience that I had, honestly, was experiencing new experiences. Because it just got me better. I feel like outside the ring as well too. When you just see somebody or just hear another person's story coming from wherever out the country at this point, and you just hear how their story was, and then you just get back and just think back about everything, and things just start changing, your mental just start changing, then you just start, becoming a better person, and things so on and so forth. So it really started with the traveling, I would say, that really stepped my game up another notch because I was dominating in the nation before I started internationally. I was dominant already in the nation. So international definitely will help me bring my game to another level. And of course, with international, it was the traveling. So new
And
experience and
that
stuff like
that
that.
I mean, that didn't seem too challenging in the sense that it didn't matter where you went and who you fought. You put those gloves on and you did your job.
Oh yeah, I mean the atmosphere is I just feel like I was born to do this honestly, but the atmosphere was never what was like my downfall since I've been fighting since I was a kid. Even the national tournaments felt like the Olympics for us. You know what I'm saying? When you 10 years old, you wanna win this belt and go back to school and tell all your friends that you got this belt. Like that feels like the Olympics to you at that point. That's just everything you want, everything you want in life at that point. So
Sure.
like just coming up. even with kids and just experiencing stuff like that, just helps me, as I would say, and the fighter I am today, what I'm saying, just coming up since a kid, just wanting this like so bad. Whatever I wanted, I just felt like I wanted it so bad, and like if I didn't get it in the ring, it would just drive me, to just come back, So I'm still the same person now, like, doing it on this level. So it was never like going back to the same. It was never the atmosphere or nothing like that. It was just, I just wanted it, So I just went out and got it.
And champ, past year or two, and I mean, admit a roller coaster ride. It's gonna be canceled. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be canceled. You being able to, through all of that, still do your road work, still stay strong and healthy, and take care of yourself. And then the Olympic experience. Okay, give us your feedback in your words. How was that experience for you, putting on the gloves in that situation?
It was honestly was like a dream come true. Whatever that, like, I never thought the road was going to be easy getting to the Olympics. So when I put the gloves on, it was just like I was there. So it really just felt like a dream come true, that out of everything that did happen, I'm still here. I just really felt like it was meant for me to be there. I really felt like, I made my mark, even though everybody just wanted me to, and was just upset really at the fact that I didn't win gold. I really felt like I made my mark in the Olympics, and carrying on to
Absolutely.
the pros. It was just, yeah, I don't know.
Absolutely. I mean, there was a lot of writers and a lot of people who looked at your fights in the Olympics and like, why is this kid fighting the Olympics? He should be fighting pro. And let's get into that. When you got the phone call or however it went down, and Top Rank had the interest in you, and of course, let's make no mistake about it. Almost a lot of the companies and organizations out here were interested in you. There's no question about that. But you've chosen for yourself and your brand, you wanted to go Top Rank Boxing. Talk about that.
I just feel like it was the best move for my brand, our brand, I would say. Me and my brothers, Kelvin and Keon, that's also involved in, DB3, Davis Brothers.
No
And
doubt.
it was the best move. They believed in all three of us. And um, the move, was just undeniable. And we definitely happy that we're here. A great start for me and my brother on television. We both got a second round knockout.
That's
With a
right.
new team behind us, Bomac and Coach Red, Coach Saul, Chance, Terrence Crawford, with a whole new crew, and we just happy to be here, and can't wait to keep putting on great performances.
Let me tell you, Bomac's my dude, and I love everything they're doing over there. Herring's over there. It's just an amazing team. Hooker gets down. He comes from Texas. It's just an amazing team over there, and
Yeah,
it's great for you and your team that you're able to establish yourself. Like, this is where we want to be. And
right.
how's that been going? 2021, 4 fights in, 3 knockouts. You wiped the 3 dudes out, really the 4. But how's it been going with the new chemistry with Bomac and everything?
It was a click, honestly. It was a click, like the first day actually training with them. Because I've been around them all the time, a lot of times, but actually training with them with my brothers, it was a click the first day. And me and my brothers, we had an Airbnb. We went to the Airbnb and we were saying, and it's something about them that we like. It's the first day, and we already saying things like that. So that was just like a spark in us. Like, okay, we better really, really trust in them. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of coaches we work with, we was coaching ourselves as well as getting their opinion.
Right,
So like
right.
with them, we can actually put our full trust in them and just listen, and we don't gotta coach ourselves anymore. So it's definitely a great chemistry early. And Bomac wasn't even at the fights when me and Kelvin stopped our opponents. The coach that be helping Bomac, Saul and Coach Red was there. So it's definitely a great
That's what's up.
chemistry. And I just can't wait to our fourth camp, our fifth camp, our 10th camp, to where like we really start developing and really becoming these professional, real professional fighters.
And not for nothing, listen, I'm not like verbalizing this like to soup you up or anything like that. But watching your last fight when you stopped that kid and watching your brother's fight, you guys demonstrated as fighters the way you behaved in the ring. Like you've been doing this for years. I mean, obviously you have, but on the pro
Yeah,
level, for example,
right.
yourself, very comfortable, didn't waste shots, timing, distance. You did everything you needed to do to execute your job. At the end of the day, the last fight with TR, how'd you feel in there?
My last fight on ESPN.
Yes.
Oh, honestly, after my brother got that knockout, I was ready. Right before, I can honestly say, right before the walkout, had jitters. I wouldn't really say nervous, but I had jitters. But I just kept telling my brother, like, I'm about to beat this guy up. You know, I kept telling my brother I'm about to beat this guy up, but I'm like kind of nervous. But like after my brother got the second round knockout, I was ready. I was confident. I told the lady give me my check before the fight. After my brother got his check, like I was ready to go. I was ready. Honestly, I was ready. I was ready.
When you met the legendary Bob Arum, man, how was that experience meeting Bob Arum, and how did it go in your conversations with him when you met him?
Right. Honestly, I got a chance to meet Bob Arum when I was about 18, 19 years old.
Oh, for
Um,
real?
yeah,
Okay.
I was a spark in the amateurs, but I wasn't like I probably won I think like one international tournament, but this is like my first time I actually got a chance to sit down and talk to him. So like, Bob Aaron be having them stories, and he just as
Yeah.
soon as you sit down and to start talking to him, he just start talking about him and stuff like that. So him just hearing his side and hearing his point of view of things and stuff like that, I definitely appreciate it, man, and appreciate the opportunity. He definitely giving me and my brothers, fighting on his platform and stuff like that, man. And he definitely believe in me. He keeps saying every time you see him, every time you see me, he say I look like Sugar Ray Leonard. Um,
Wow,
yeah,
that's huge coming from him, man.
yeah,
That's
every time he
huge.
see me. So he definitely believe in me, man. I definitely believe in him. The reason why I signed with him is hands down best promotion. It's really nothing to talk about. It's hands down top rank. It's the best promotion, and I'm just happy. I'm really happy to be here.
So tell me, the New Year's here. What's your plan? When do you and Top Rank plan on having you back in the ring, and when do you go back to training camp?
I ain't gonna say it now, but the tip of the new year, I would say, the tip of the new year. I'll be back real soon, and I can also say this: when I'm back, I will be back again. Understand what I'm saying? So,
That's what I'm talking
but
about.
I'm back. I'm back training already. I'm back training already. But training camp, I would say, probably about probably out there with Bomac, and then probably like another 2 weeks.
Hey, tell me something. The yo, it's legit. The nickname, the businessman. How'd you name yourself that? And walk us through how that came about.
Honestly, man. Honestly, man. Uh, it started when it started. It started when I got on the team. I would say the USA team, USA boxing team.
Okay.
And in my head, I'm thinking like, okay, it's about to get serious for me now. I'm really starting to believe that I'm about to be who I feel like I was going to be, and then go pro. So then I was started thinking like, I don't want to go pro without knowing the business and stuff like that. So then I just started asking like a lot of questions to people, and started watching a little bit more boxing, and started watching like big time interviews and stuff like that to really like hear things and understand things. And then as time went on, when I got 19, 20, I really started understanding boxing. Then I started teaching it to my peers that was on the team with me. And then, I took everything to Instagram, and basically like as I was building like outside the ring, I was
Right.
also like including like Instagram with it, I would say. And like I was building my Instagram, and my peers around me seen how I went from 2,000 followers to 10,000 followers to 30,000 followers. And then next thing you know, like I was like, man, I might just change my name on Instagram because it was like Keyshawn Davis at first, and this one when I was like, it wasn't really like a good buzz. It was like a buzz. I wasn't really like there yet, you know.
Right.
And then I changed my name to like Business Keyshawn because I was like, that's all I'm about, honestly. At the end of the day, so
That's
Business
great,
Keyshawn.
champ. That's great, man. And how great it is when you come back home and everybody looks at you and you're like, oh my God, you just fought on ESPN, fighting at the top level like that, man. It's different, right?
Yeah, yeah. Nah, it's definitely different. And what I love about it is like every time I fight, it's somebody new saying, "Yeah, man, I just watched your last fight." Now every time I'm watching, like every time you fight, I'm watching you, and it's like every time I fight, somebody's saying that. So I can just imagine how many other people that's not telling me that that's saying that.
You know something, champ, is it's not to get in this specific issue, but it's interesting because the past couple of months, even before the holidays, there's been some documentation in media where they were talking about, oh my goodness, the next Olympics or a couple of years down the line, there may not be wrestling and boxing in the Olympics. And that's kind of hard to hear. That's kind of hard to hear for athletes and for people that had reached that goal, like you've reached that goal. My point in what I'm trying to say is, what would be kind of a message you would encourage these younger women and male fighters? You know what I'm saying? If the Olympics ain't gonna be around, boxing's still gonna be around. I mean, let's face it, boxing's boxing. What in your own mind, what kind of message would you put out to the young heads?
I mean, it's really like kind of it's the world we living in, honestly. Um, Also, the reason why I feel like they doing it is what was I was told was not was, but for what I was told, I I understand why kind of they're doing it. So about time then it's gonna be like, okay, either you just gonna keep developing just amateurly, like you just gonna keep developing and you can keep fighting the international tournaments and stuff like that. It's just not gonna be an Olympics. You
Right.
still can fight international tournaments, you still can keep developing, you still can fight the top guys as if you was gonna fight into the Olympics, as it the same way I did. And you just can do it that way. It's just not gonna be an Olympics. You still can develop and you still get all that experience. So that's how I was going to do it in the first place. That's why I went pro because I said I was telling everybody I fought all the top guys. Like, I fought everybody already. The Olympics is just a title at this point.
But for real, you in camp and B and a young man comes up to you, you're gonna help him. You're gonna talk to him. You're gonna try to you maybe give him direction and some moves and some things to do. I mean, that's just your blood, what you do.
Right, definitely. And that's another reason why, like me and my brothers in B&B click too, because that's just the type people we are and type people they are as well. Like I be like when after Terrence fought Sean Porter, the next day, the next like after that weekend, Monday, he was in the gym, just chilling in the gym, helping my brothers, helping the kids, like doing the little kids workout with the kids, like he just helping out people, and that's the same. Like that's what we do. We however anybody need help, we'll help them. If a kid come up to me right now or in the future talking about the Olympics in 2028, you think I should just I give my opinion in that current time, and just tell them it's nothing, and and I wouldn't steer them no wrong direction, you know. I want to just tell them something to tell them and for them to get out my face and know like I'm gonna tell you something real, I'm gonna tell you something real at all the times. I'm never gonna tell you nothing fake. Know that about me, and
That's what's
that's
up.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Listen, man, we're really humbled and appreciated that you took your time to come on the show and everything like that. To all the followers out there in boxing, for all the people, men and women and children and everybody that loves the sport. Champ, give a shout out, man. Say what you want to say there. Anybody that's watching.
man. Shout out everybody that's watching me, man. Shout out all the people that that don't know about me yet, but it's probably gonna come across this video. Shout y'all out, man. Keep following me and my brothers. DB3, me, Keon, Kelvin Davis. Um, Tune in to me. I'm definitely gonna be back in the ring real, real soon. Catch me on my Instagram, business Keyshawn, Twitter, Keyshawn Davis 8 YouTube channel. My name Keyshawn Davis, and just tune in.
Keisha, I gotta ask you this, man, because we
Shout
top
out
rank
Top Rank.
family.
Shouts
We
out
got.
Top Rank.
I gotta ask you this, man. What Timothy Bradley tell you, man?
After the
When
fight,
Timothy Bradley saw you fight, what did he say to you?
honestly, he didn't even get a chance to see me after the fight.
Oh, he hasn't. Okay.
Yeah, he didn't get a chance to see me. He didn't get a chance to see me yet.
Champ, again, man, we appreciate it. And please tell everybody that's also listening, the ones that aren't following you, how can they follow you on social media?
Instagram, business Keyshawn, Twitter, Keyshawn Davis 8, my YouTube channel, Keyshawn Davis.
We appreciate it so much. And we hope maybe we could plan to get your brother to come on with us, get your brothers up on the show.
For sure.
Good luck, man. Thank you. Keep on punching. And we'll see you at your next fight. Okay, champ?
All right. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you too, man. God bless. Take care. Thank you, everybody. This is, again, Damon Gonzalez from the Latinbox Sports. We appreciate the businessman coming on with us, man. Keyshawn, he's a great young man. He's a great fighter, and we're looking forward to see big things with him coming up on ESPN Plus and ESPN. Once again, first show of the year. We're going to kick it off, and we'll be back soon. This is Latinbox Sports. Damon Gonzalez. We're out. And everybody, thank you for watching. Have a good evening. Thank you to all our sponsors, RX Water, Empire Pro Tape, powered by both organizations. We appreciate you, and have a good night.